Hello, and welcome to the X-431 sales training video. I'd like you to know that we're all excited to have AutoZone as part of the X-431 project. And together, we're going to make a huge difference in the automotive repair industry in terms of diagnostics. New to the U.S. market is the X-431 scan tool from Launch. It's been a world leader in the area of European and Asian diagnostics for over 3 years now. Containing OEM-specific software, combined with OEM-specific testing procedures, the X-431 from Launch is virtually untouched among its competitors. Designed by Launch, you know the X-431 is here to stay. Now Launch, located in Shenzhen, China, has demonstrated a commitment to excellence in the automotive aftermarket since 1992. Launch currently maintains a base of 180 distributors in more than 60 countries worldwide. But enough about that for now though. Let's talk about what the X-431 could do for you and your customers. Now one question you might be asking yourself is, with all the different scan tools on the market, what makes the X-431 really different? And how can I get that point across to my customers? Well, that's a good question. And let me give you some information that's going to help. On the back of the catalog that was sent to you is a chart that talks about some of the leading scan tools on our market today. I'd like to bring your attention to a few columns that'll help you answer some questions when selling the X-431. Now, the way the chart is laid out, across the top row of the chart, we list some of the most popular scan tools on the market today. And across the left-hand column of the chart, we list some of the features that are important when making a scan tool purchase. Now, if you look at the first column, labeled Number of Manufacturers Covered, you'll see that the X-431 from Launch covers 22 different vehicle manufacturers. You could then compare that to the Snap-on unit, which covers 15 manufacturers, or maybe notice the BOM iScan, which covers approximately 9 vehicle manufacturers. What you can tell from this is that the more manufacturers you cover, the better chance you have of having adequate coverage of vehicles coming into your repair shop. Now, if you look at the next row down, you'll see the approximate percentage of OEM systems covered. Now, before we get into that, let me explain to you what is an OEM system. When OBD2 came about in 1996, there were certain guidelines that the manufacturers were forced to follow. One of these guidelines was the release of OEM information to all the different scan tool manufacturers. Now this was great in one aspect, where it suddenly allowed all the different scan tool companies to have access to certain information for fixing a vehicle. The reason this was bad, however, is that the information that's released through the OBD2 guidelines is really not always enough to actually fix the vehicle. This is where OEM-specific information comes in. The OEM manufacturers really have an entirely another level of information that they have access to through the manufacturer's scan tool. Now it's this information that becomes extremely important when trying to diagnose a vehicle properly. Now, if we look back at the chart, you could see the X-431 from Launch has approximately 80% OEM coverage. If you compare that to the Snap-on unit, which gives you about 38% OEM coverage, you could see how much more information we really have access to. Now there is one scan tool that we've listed there that actually has more OEM information than we do, and that is the AutoLogic tool. But even though that has approximately 88% OEM information, it only works on 4 vehicle manufacturers. So when you take the fact that the X-431 from Launch has 80% OEM coverage on more than 22 vehicle manufacturers, you could see how the X-431 is virtually untouched among its competition. Now what you could do is look through the rest of the chart, and you could pick out some of the features that you think would be important to a prospective customer. Now let's talk about a demonstration to a prospective customer. When doing a demo, it's always important to allow the technician to actually connect the X-431 to the car. It's also important to let him use the tool. You, as the salesperson, should be familiar with the screen prompts and just offer guidance to the technician on how to go from screen to screen. But remember, let him do it. Doing the demo in this way allows the technician to look for information that's important to them. It also begins to give them a feeling of ownership in the tool, which is very useful in the sales process. As a representative, it's important that you have a good idea how all these screens appear and how to navigate through them. What we would suggest is that you try the tool out on several cars. You could use it on your own car, a friend's car, or possibly a coworker's car. Whatever the case, it's important that you use the tool. The better you know the tool, the better your chances of closing sales. While the technician is using the tool during the demo, be sure to point out the different features of the tool, like the built-in printer, This is very useful when the technician gets to a screen they're looking for. It lets them not have to hunt around for a pen and paper to write down the information they need. During your demo, it's extremely important that you use the correct connector on the correct vehicle. Most of the vehicles that you will be testing will have an OBD2 connector. But just because the car has it, it doesn't mean that it's the best connector to use. Always try to connect to the manufacturer-specific connector on the vehicle. The technician who's looking at the tool will sometimes know this information, so don't be afraid to ask. If at any part in a demonstration the technician asks you a question that you don't have the answer to, or if possibly the information you're looking at is not what you expect it to be, please, right at that moment, call our toll-free number and ask one of our technical support specialists. We have a full staff on hand ready to assist your needs to help you in making a sale. Usually we could get you the answer you're looking for right away and let you continue on with your sales presentation. We'd like to now give you an idea of some of the questions you might be asked during a sales presentation. Included with the packet we sent you is a quick reference sales guide. On that quick reference sheet is some of the features and benefits that go along with the tool and some of the frequently asked questions you might be asked during a sales presentation. You could also visit our website at www.x431usa.com and check with our frequently asked questions page. Everyone here at X431 USA wants your sales experience to be not only a pleasurable one, but a successful one. We recommend that you go back and check with some of the programs that your company might have in place that might fit with our product that would help in the sales process. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to call us at any time with any question. We'll look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.